Do this.
In a world where quality business information is needed, we bring you On the Mic with Mike, the leading social enterprise business show in RVA. Join Mike King, the partnership guru, as he delivers game changers in Metro RVA. On the Mic with Mike showcases how business can help make society better. He discusses tech, culture, innovation, best business practices, and highlighting area nonprofits. Join Mike Monday through Friday, because it is the place where the best and brightest come to chat.
It says.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win. And if you're going in, put your hands in the air, let them stay there.
Mike is mine. Drop Michael Mike. Stop the Michael Mike. Stop the Michael Mike. My name is Isabella and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program around. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with us. The views expressed here are mine, have no connection to, support of, agreement with any other host, information, or ads on the station. I don't work for the station. My program just airs here on a daily basis. Join me as our cutting edge show. We uplift the community and showcase RVA in a different way. The sounds you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. You can follow me on social platforms. Hashtag On the Mic with Mike RVA, hashtag Mike King Biz. So we'd like to thank you for joining us. You know what day it is? It is Tuesday. So that means we have our good friend from Poplar Springs is in the house. So normally we have Caitlin who's there with us. She started this whole thing. But normally a lot of times we have Lamar, but Lamar blew his knee up. So, I hope he gets well out there. Lamar, I hope if you're listening, man, take care of yourself. You probably can't do too much now anyway. But take care of yourself, and we'll hold a fort down and leave the light on free till you get back. Caitlin, welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
All righty. So, all right, as I say to Lamar, it's a business show, elevator pitch who you are and what you guys do.
My name is Caitlin Nutter. I'm the community liaison for Poplar Springs Hospital, and Poplar Springs Hospital is a behavioral health hospital, and we're located in Petersburg, Virginia, and we provide a wide variety of services for adults, adolescent, and military. We have an inpatient hospital for adults and adolescents where we provide crisis services. So individuals that may be suicidal or homicidal, we can provide crisis stabilization. We also have a military hospital that we serve active duty veterans and military dependents. And then we have adult outpatient at the Grove, where we have 5 and 3 day programming for adults 18 plus. Where for those that are functioning but barely functioning and need a little bit more structure to the day, we're able to help them out with that. And then we also have residential services for a long-term stay for adolescents ages 11 to 17, both male and female. So we have a wide variety of services that can help you at pretty much every level of care that you may need.
And you guys have evening care as well, so a person can work and come and get the help that they need.
Yeah, so we have an evening IOP, intensive outpatient program for adults to help adults if they need some help in the evening times as well.
All right, on the mic, Caitlin, we'd like to thank you. I know you had said you just wanted to do the.
Yeah, well, let me. If anybody needs help, though, I want them to be able to reach out to us. You can give us a call at 804-733-6874. Or you can visit our website at poplarsprings.com, and we also take walk-ins. So if there's an emergency, come directly to us. We'll be able to take care of you.
24/7, somebody's there is to be able to take care of you.
Absolutely.
All right. So on the mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. So it is it's foster care month, correct?
Yes, it is.
All righty. So ladies, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All righty. So you guys are just totally enthusiastic and happy to be here. I can tell. Super. All right. So, hold down the enthusiasm some. I know. When they said, hey, do you want to go on the mic with Mike? You guys just like, sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Hop on it.
That's our story. We're sticking to it.
Yes.
All right. Let us know who you are and what you do.
I'm Brittany Greenwood from First Home Care of Northern Virginia, and I am a caseworker supervisor.
Okay.
And I'm Vanetta Hanshaw, in the same office in Alexandria, Virginia, and I am the parent trainer supervisor, and I do child placing.
So we had the parent trainer who was here last week,
Mhm.
and we had talked about that right there. And so, what's the importance of foster care month? So because a lot of times people know we have a bunch of different months. Talk about the importance of foster care, and persons don't need to be the perfect person, which we think, hey, I got to be perfect to be a foster parent.
The importance is just having someone to come to the table to be able to provide a stable and nurturing home to a kid who hasn't really had that growing up. They've endured so many trials and tests in their young lives that now they need someone to help rebuild that relationship that they lost in their own primary homes. So you don't have to be a perfect parent. No one is. You just need to have a willing heart to be a parent and have understanding and takes a lot of patience and good active listening skills to be a foster parent.
The best thing about it is, unlike being an actual parent, there's a kind of a manual. We give you more guidance and support through it.
Oh, so when I had my kids, the day they gave out the manual, I must have missed that day in
You
class.
missed it.
I missed it, boy, because if I had had that manual, it would have been exactly.
Still a child care.
Exactly. There would have been some trial and error things there because it does take special people to be a foster parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. People don't get in for the money.
No.
I know clearly. You touch the person's heart. So now you're out there, a person contacts you
Mhm,
and they come to a couple meetings
mhm.
and I asked a couple weeks, you see that light come on. What's it like? It's like, okay, this is one of the ones you're gonna stick and stay. You see that look? Look at that
yeah.
look. She's like, oh
When you see
yeah.
that look, it's like the heavens open. It's just like they understand that a child's needs supersedes their feelings. And it's like,
Whoa.
oh,
I never heard. Hey, wait a second. You got run that back as a child.
I have the worst memory. Don't ask
A
me.
child's need supersedes their feeling.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. That's important
Yeah.
because sometimes a child doesn't know what they need.
Right.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a talk show host, and I'm like, wow. Okay, that's it. Okay, so here you see the person, they get it, they want to serve and understand how important it is
Mhm,
for them to take care of a child
mhm,
who's probably come from a tough background.
Mhm.
They've been dealt some harsh cards.
Yes.
Okay, on the mic with Mike. This is a tough subject, but it allows people to really shine.
Mhm,
So, what
absolutely.
is the process to become a parent? A foster parent.
First, you can reach out and just show interest, and we have multiple online sources, or you're able to speak with a parent trainer and just get a snippet of what it looks like. At First Home Care, we have an 8-week workshop training that's about 3 hours in the evening. Some offices do have it during the day where you're able to attend, but we give you an overview and education about what is foster care, what it looks like to complete the parenting education, and what happens after a kid comes into care and coming into your home.
So,
So it's
how?
not instant.
No, it's not instant. There's some getting used to. So, can you talk a little bit about like what the process is when a person does come in? So, like, what's the acclimation period for a child who's coming into a home with foster care?
There's an adjustment period. It's the child has to get to know the parent or the parents that's in the home if they do have biological kids also in that home. So it's a point of getting to know one another and learning each other dislikes or what their behavior is, any mental health diagnosis that may become present, because not all the time do we know when they're coming into foster care what they're diagnosed with. So it's as it comes up, things are presented to help the parent.
So, on the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond, that's where we are 5 to 7 a.m. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1, 5 to 7, The Choice 105.3, every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. We're here, it is Foster Care Month, and we're talking to professionals. Let me ask you, how did you guys get into the foster care world?
Well, my My story is a little wonky, I guess, to say.
Well, you know what? If there is a person or a place that's it, this is it. And so I'm the wonkiest guy, you know.
Well, I think my journey started after I had my own kids. I was that person who did not want to have children. I want to be the fun auntie living up in Connecticut, spoiling her nieces and nephews, and then I had kids. And so when my own kids went through their own traumatic stories, I'm like, this is not cool. It's our job as parents to help provide certain aspects of life to our children to help promote success. And so I want to be a parent trainer. And I didn't know that was a thing. So I thought I made it up actually. So I Googled and
Parent trainer.
yeah,
Clearly.
I am.
Somebody had thought that one up. That's okay. You still can change the world.
Yes.
So, okay. So when you go out there and you start looking at it, is it what you thought it would be?
No.
Things hardly are.
Yeah, people are people, and they have their own ideas of what a parent is. And some people come in with the expectations of, I've been a parent for 32 years and what can you teach me, especially when you're younger. And so it just requires you have an open mind.
So you guys are in, how long have you been in the foster care field?
10 years.
And how about you?
9.
Okay. When you look back at it, when does the light come on and say, hey, I might be able to do this thing? I know a lot of times we go into things and we start off, we're kind of new and exciting, and all of a sudden we kind of not sure how things work. When did the light come on and say, I can do this?
Maybe it's not on yet.
You didn't show up every day. There's like, this light gonna come on at some point.
I would say after 2 years.
Really?
Working, and I like to work and not know what I'm going to be given. I don't like the day-to-day. I came from a bank and a finance world.
So you know exactly what it was.
I knew what I
every
was
day.
doing every day. This job, I know nothing. I have a plan and nothing may go as planned. I might get one thing off of that to-do list, but everything else is more, it comes to me and I deal with it. So you'll learn after 2 to 5 years, whether or not you're in it.
So on the mic with Mike, this is ESPN. I got one good question per show. And this is that question. You guys do with a lot of heartache and hurt and all those things. How do you make it so it doesn't stick to you? How do you take it so you don't take it home?
I'm still learning, actually, to be honest. If I'm being totally upfront, I take therapy seriously. And so I do have my own therapy. I do my best to do some self-care skills. Brittany here is better at it than I am. We're on vacations, but it's important to realize where your bucket is empty so that you can refill it, and when it becomes that way, so that you can keep filling other people's buckets.
Because I always say, I never got the part. I was in the Army for a long time. It kind of felt, indestructible, jumping out of airplanes, being all of that cool stuff. When you're younger, sometimes you get a little older, get some miles on you, start realizing like, okay, a little different here.
Yeah.
I never understood the idea of putting the mask on first. Because as a caregiver, it's like, hey, let me go take care of that person. But if I didn't fell out because there's no oxygen, how can I help the other people? Right. So I'm going to ask you, who takes care of the caregiver?
The supervisor.
You know what?
And I say that
you have to be. And that's what I ask Kent when he comes in. And, he says, as a supervisor, you have to look out for your team, because you can see sometimes, especially with men, when we're like, how you doing? I'm great. And the wheels are falling off. Your wheels are falling off. I'm good. No, you're not, Mike, clearly. So as a supervisor, how do you take control of that?
Being understanding that you also have a personal life outside of work, and being able to find that balance. Everybody's balance is going to be totally different. But learning to also treat yourself. So whatever
like going
you
on
like
cruises
to do,
and stuff like that.
Yes, I enjoy traveling. So at any time, COVID was a struggle to be home for 2 years or just in the office.
For a traveler, COVID probably put a real
made me cry. The best thing was Virginia Beach, and that
it's not the same for you.
Hey, I'm from Virginia Beach.
Well, let's be gentle. Let's be gentle.
Yes.
But still, it's not as exotic as what you're used to.
Not blue water. I can see my toes. Not Virginia Beach.
See, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you get here. You get the best of both worlds. We're talking about, foster care, but you also have to take care of yourself. Because when you come back in, like you said, you have your to-do list. You don't know what's going to happen at 9 o'clock, your to-do list just got blown up
Yeah.
and you have to take care of it. What's the feeling like when you look at a kid and all of a sudden they're taken care of? Look at that. That's the mom look like, oh.
When you know that they're taken care of and they're receiving the support and love that they're able to receive, first of all, they have to receive it. So when they're able to do that, it's like rainbows and sunshine, Skittles falling down the sky.
Okay, so now here's the other side. Now I'm a parent. You got to talk me back off the ledge because, hey, I thought I was liking this, or I did like it. I'm just kind of like I don't know about this.
See, that's the support you get as a foster parent. We would probably call our parents when we're having issues with our own kids. We would call our parents and get some advice. Hey, we're adults now. But as a foster parent, you're able to call your parent trainer or the parent trainer supervisor. You can call anybody, honestly, in the office, at least to get some education, support on how to handle the situation. So you're not in it alone.
We try not to let them get to the ledge.
Are you trying to? So you guys have times where I guess where you help them get some away time, the time to fill back up because they have a challenging life that they volunteered for. They weren't even voluntold. No, they held up their hand and said, I want some of that.
Yes.
And that makes them special people.
Absolutely.
Because that's a tough one. The one part I'd never thought about was when you have kids to bring kids into, you already have your own kids. What do you have to, how do you train your kids to be open-minded that we're opening our home up to some other kids?
Yeah. I think for me, if I think about some of the parents who are doing that successfully, it's been a constant communication from day one. Like they have an open dialogue with their kids. They don't sugarcoat anything. They're upfront and they say, hey kids, these are the kids that are needing homes. Remember this kid, blah, blah, in school? Oh, okay, mommy, we want to do that. How do you feel about that? It's a family thing. It's not just a parent thing. You have to include everybody in your family and maybe sometimes even extended family members because you're going to need that support from all around.
So what happens is you start raising kids who are understanding like that early on. Yeah. You're not just rolling up in there with an 8-year-old. All of a sudden you got to start sharing everything. Yeah. And that's a remedy for disaster.
Right.
You needed to do that early on.
You need crisis intervention.
That's for sure. Okay, so now all of a sudden it's working. I really love this kid who's in my house. Now it's time for them to leave. As a person looking in from the outside, that one looks like that would hurt.
Yeah.
Like a breakup.
Yeah. Nobody likes breakups. Oh.
But you know, I tell some parents that even though the physical connection may be broken, the emotional connection is never broken. What you plant in that child will forever go with them for the rest of their lives.
If they remember that somebody was there who took care of them.
Especially if you were a good parent. If you were bad, then.
Yeah, if you're bad, they can't wait. Right. They can't wait, but I'll never see him again. Right. All righty, so how can people find the company out there? Let's drop the socials or just the information on how to reach you guys.
It's www.first.homecare.com. And on the website, you will see all 4 locations: Roanoke, Northern Virginia,
Tidewater,
and Richmond.
Yeah, okay, put some respect on Richmond. We ain't here. How you gonna be in Richmond in the office and like, oh, what's the name of that place? Yeah, it's Richmond. So you ladies have been in 10 years. How do you find the next generation of people going into the foster care field? Who is that person who's out there?
It's anyone, I think. It's anyone who's willing to have their hearts and home open, not to sound all like hallmarky, but it's just anyone who's willing to do that. And I think the upcoming generation is such a poignant one in where they care about so many social causes that it may be a little bit more easier to teach them about foster care and for them to be more willing to have kids into their homes.
Especially they're including mental health in like the educational system, something that wasn't done previously, but it's more spoken about even on social media and stuff.
Is it? So now that we're sort of on the backside of COVID right here, are we better at talking about not just mental health as well and foster care than we were years ago? I know years ago, mental health, you didn't know.
It was a secret.
Yeah, it was. And, and foster care, it was just, horror stories. And when I moved to Richmond, I always looked at that sign and I never knew what it meant. That even Superman had foster parents, and it was only when I realized what that building was that I got it. I got it. Then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's who that's who they were. So when we look out there and find the next generation, you're thinking that this is a different generations coming up that are more socially conscious, that they didn't do things like my generation where we just did it because we had to, and we kind of didn't question a lot of things, and and plus the whole world got put on timeout.
Yeah.
The whole world got put on.
Yeah.
Before it was just like, well, you don't believe in timeout. Well, yeah.
Now it's time.
Exactly. Now the world got put on timeout. Well, ladies, I'd like to thank you for coming on the program.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
having us.
Alrighty. Anything else that you'd like to let us know about foster? It's Foster Care Month, which is May.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Any parting words, wisdom you'd like to give us?
I would just say, if you ever had that little nugget, that little thought of wanting to be a foster parent, just reach out to us and we can help guide you with the next steps, and just maybe even connect you with the current foster parent to help give you those words of wisdom that you might need just to go all the way through.
Because what is it? First, it's an informational meeting that we
Mhm.
come to.
Yes.
Informational session.
And so we come there and I sit all the way in the back because in case it's not working, I don't have to leave from the front. I just want to slide out. But all of a sudden I realized that this is making an impact, like you're saying,
Mhm.
over children's lives.
Mhm.
And you can make a difference. So shout out to all of the foster parents out there. The program is On the Mic with Mike. These ladies are so good. We have to drop this on them right there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming on. On the Mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond. This is part of our good friends Poplar Springs, their time here. You can catch them every Tuesday at 5 a.m. Caitlin is here with us. Lamar is on the mend. It's always so every once a month we come down there and we broadcast from the Grove. So make sure you take a listen to us. On the Mic with Mike. We got to run. Take care now.